put your hands together for my father, David Todd Rostad.
Thank you, Adam.
On today's video, you're going to see my dad get on stage and pull a fast one.
And of course, because I am for those of you who don't know me, I'm a judicial official, and currently in the state of Wisconsin, it is illegal to consume marijuana.
Welcome once again to the Madison Story Slam YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. I should have like a pipe. I like it just, I'm so glad you're here with me and stuff. I don't know. Feeling pretty good today. I've had a good week so far, and I hope that you guys are as well. As I already said, thanks for joining us here. While you're here, hit the subscribe button. Maybe, as they say, smash the like button, the thumbs up button. I'm not going to be that guy. I just can't be that guy. I'm sorry for that. Just subscribe, hit the like button, leave us a comment, maybe share the video with some of your friends on that Facebooks that is getting less and less popular with the kiddies. But it's a great way to grow a channel, I tell you what. And if you want to hear the podcast, you can search Madison Story Slam on the podcast apps that you use, and you'll have a great time with that. There's some good interviews and some good stories on their podcast. And then if you want to help the channel grow, and thank you to everybody who has already, you can go to patreon.com/Madison Story Slam. I feel robotic doing all that at the beginning, and there's so much. I wish that there was just like, a 3-word phrase that I could say that would like encompass all that, so I wouldn't have to feel like a salesman at the beginning of these videos. Anyway, on today's show, it's weird to call this a show. Is it a show? Do you feel like this is a show? I don't know if I feel like this is a show. But on today's video from the channel, I guess if it's a channel, it's a show. The video today that I'm sharing with you here on Madison Story Slam is kind of a switcheroo. It's a bait and switch. Not that you guys know that, but my dad signed up to tell a story, and he's usually at all of our Story Slam events, and he signed up to tell a story and then got up and called up somebody else to tell a story, and he called up Dan Floeter, who's my best friend's dad, and Dan and his wife Nancy are regular attendees at our Story Slams, and They're delightful, and Dan tells a great story about a heart attack scare and how it was kind of his breaking point and made him change some things in his life, as heart attacks are wont to do. So, that's it. This is the last story from the Breaking Point Story Slam, and you should love it because there's no more. But we have others from other Story Slams that you could get into. But I hope you get into this one because it's wonderful. And Dan says some very nice things at the end. And then you're going to hear a story from me and some other sentimental words, I guess, and just about storytelling. So stay tuned for the whole thing. And we'll be back next week with another story for you. Here's Dan.
Well, the story I was going to tell would start out like this. Never piss off somebody who's killed people.
I know this story.
You don't want to do that. I've done that, and you do not want to do that. But you ever watch a Congress or an assembly where they yield their time to somebody else? And today, because I really respect this man, and Adam, if there's another time where I can do my story, or if I can do it tonight, that's fine. But I would like you to put your hands together for Mr. Dan Floeter, and he is going to share the abundance of his wisdom and a story. He has so many stories you cannot believe. Put your hands together for Dan Floeter.
This has never happened at Story Slam before. I don't know that we follow congressional rules, so but I do want to say
I've been trying for years to get you to come up and tell a story. I think you've told one once back at JPH, and you might have been inebriated, so. You might have been dressed up as the Pope or something. Was it a Halloween one, though? Anyway, here's Dan Floeter!
I don't know why David thinks I have a story better than he could tell, but given the way that tonight has gone, I think I could also talk about vasovagal syncope. And because we are in the cone of silence and no one else will ever hear this, right? This is not public. What? Oh, it's live? But like Facebook is like a closed environment, right? No one else will publicly see this if I say anything. So let me just say that I had a breaking point about 2 years ago. I used to be a lot heavier, and I was at a dinner party with some friends, and we probably had too much to drink. You know, we were sitting around the dinner table having a wonderful time, and of course, because I am for those of you who don't know me, I'm a judicial official, and currently in the state of Wisconsin, it is illegal to consume marijuana. Somebody at that dinner party thought, hey, let's smoke a bong. And I thought, I can't do that. But I'm going to fast forward to the part of the story where the vagal syncope comes in, which is at some point I said to my wife, remind me to keep breathing. And then I heard that shortly thereafter I was passed out on the floor and somebody had called 911. So, being at that point, 58 years old and 58 pounds overweight, when the EMTs came, they thought, here we go. It's the middle-aged fat guy who's had the heart attack finally. When was that going to happen? So you notice how I conveniently skipped over the whole marijuana part and my involvement in that? Yeah. Not going to mention it. And you're not going to tell anyone else either, right? And I'm just going to say that because of that incident and that I got actually to take a ride in an ambulance, which is fun if you've ever done that. They have the siren going, everybody gets out of the way, they get you to the hospital. And 24 hours later and $24,000 later in medical expenses, they said, hey, you had a vasovagal syncope. It wasn't a heart attack. You just were like that little teenage girl who passed out when they saw Elvis. But it was a turning point for me to say, it is time to take stock of yourself and say, at 58 and 50 pounds overweight, you should probably do something about that. So since that time, I have shed 50 pounds, exercise regularly, try to eat healthy, stay away from the demon weed, and limit my amount of alcohol. So that was my breaking point. And David, F you for sending me up here. Completely unprepared. So, and I love this community. We have been watching Adam and following Adam and Ashley for years. And, he's a friend of my son's, and we have supported them in this whole thing. And Nancy and I regularly attend. We're here most of the times. I think we rarely miss. And I love you folks who come out here and pour out your hearts. The stories you tell about, the real things that happen to you. Whether it's a breakup or whether it's your father's suicide, which tonight, I don't think I've ever cried so much at a story slam as I have tonight. But this is a wonderful thing that's been built here. Frandu, are you still here? I don't even understand you sometimes, but you make me You make me laugh. You make me cry. You know, this is a wonderful thing that has happened here. And Adam, I hope you never get discouraged about doing it. I hope you continue to do it and always do it, because it's an amazing thing that brings people together. So that's my story. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. I successfully did not cry tonight, but I almost just did. So when my dad came to sign up and tell a story, he was like, yeah, I'll tell one tonight. But I might call up Dan, just so you know. And I was like, well, does Dan know that you're going to call him? He's like, no, but it'll be fine. Don't worry. I just need him for part of the story. Well, no, you needed him to tell a story, not just part of it. I want to tell you a really quick story because I didn't get to tell any stories tonight. I guess I have told some, but I was recently at a costume/Halloween party at a friend of mine's house. And I'm standing in the kitchen, and from across the room, I'm mingling with people that I don't know, haven't met a ton of people that were there before. And from across the room, somebody points and goes, oh, "You're that local celebrity!" And I went, "No, I'm not. I have no idea what you're talking about." And their partner and them were both like, "No, yeah, you're a celebrity. You're known around Madison, right? Like, you're a local celebrity." And I was like, "I don't think so. I mean, like, my friends know me, but I don't think that qualifies." And they go, "No, dude, you're the Story Slam guy, right?" And I was like, "Well, yes, but that doesn't make me a celebrity." Anyway, it's a really quick, dumb, short story, but I've never felt more uncomfortable in my life when people refer to me as a celebrity because I do this thing. All that to say, Dan, when you say that stuff at the end, and when I hear from you guys every month after we do this, when you guys send me emails, when you get in touch on Facebook, when you grab me after we're done at our Story Slam events and you say, "Hey," when you grab me, are you laughing about that? Anyway, when I hear that from all you guys, I do feel like a celebrity in the way that, like, I don't know. I don't feel like a celebrity. I feel like Madison Story Slam is a local celebrity because it means something to you guys. And I love that it means something to you guys because it means so much to me. I'm babbling. I'm not drunk, though, so let's hear it for that. Yeah! Anyway, all that to say, I love you guys so much, and I love that you love this community. You are my family. I've said this to you guys before, that I grew up in church. I was a pastor's kid. But this community, these nights, the third Saturday of every month, is more church to me than church has ever been to me. Because church needs to be about community and lifting each other up and walking with each other through life. And, like, that's what you guys do with me. And I just think it's so fucking awesome.